Alright, welcome back to Breath of the Wild. Now, the reason I'm actually starting off in the menu, which I obviously don't usually do, is because as soon as the game starts, basically like one of the monks or whatever will send a psychic message or link saying to go to the Great Deku Tree to take the trials. Basically, like it would be like, I guess it would be like anytime you start the game after like reaching this point or like teleporting somewhere else. I don't know. All I know is that as soon as I start the game, it does this. So that's why. But yes, I will be doing the first trial in this video. As you can see by the length of this video, even the first trial takes me a really long time to do. So that's part of the reason why I'm not going to be doing the second and third ones on screen. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing that between this video and the next video because the length, because I would have to like split them into 2 videos each probably, so it'll be 4 videos of trials before I can just move on with the damn plot. And again, there's not too much to really see of like significance really. It's basically just go in this room, kill monsters, go in that room, kill more monsters. That's basically it. And there's some very like surface level dialogue. Oh, you must take the trials to become stronger, and then when you beat them, oh, you beat the trials, you became stronger. Here's your upgraded master sword. It's nothing substantial. You're not missing out on any lore. And I'm sure anyone's watching this has seen this already. So I can't believe I just witnessed Korok murder. Oh my god. But yes. But yeah, again, like I said, it's just a gauntlet, basically. Go to different floors, defeat different combinations of enemies. That's all it is. And it just gets harder and harder, but it makes the Master Sword permanently stronger. Because the Master Sword starts at a 30 power, and then the damage increases by 10 for every trial. And it ends at 60, but I think it's, from what I understand, the normal base power is 30, but if you're fighting like a guardian or malice or like one of the bosses, from like one of the divine beasts, it goes up to 60 like temporarily, like it glows and stuff. I think, but I'm not. But then when you go clear all 3 and it's is at 60 all the time? You know what? Let me actually check up on that. I guess I didn't know how unsure I was about this. And of course, you can't bring in any items, or you can't boost. If you eat like a boosting meal, it will carry on. Of course, you have to still get as far as you can before the boost runs out. But yeah. Come on, the fucking phone. All right, this website's being fucky, so. And I'll talk about E3 in a minute. As soon as I figure this out. Let's see. So yeah, weapon stats. Yeah, it will deal 60 damage if it has the aura. So it'll be awakened permanently using the sword beam will no longer affect the durability. So I guess it will go above 60 even if you have all the trial of the swords done, I guess. That seems a little bit unfair, but whatever. Yeah, but like for the trials, what I was trying to do, and what I usually see people, what's very obviously what you should do is, you gotta just use everything you have. So like with Bokoblins, I'll use bombs a lot to save on weapon durability and arrows and stuff. Of course, as I go along, I get increasingly impatient. As I'm like, oh man, this is actually taking like a really fucking long time. Hooray! But yeah. You gotta scrounge up everything you can, and there are some I guess it's not in the beginner trials, but I know in some trials there are chests hidden underneath the ground. That's why I always check with the magnet ability every so often. But yeah, eventually though I get tired of looking, and there's some floors I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not looking. Yeah, there were probably a couple hidden goodies I missed out on, but I still managed to beat through it, so it's whatever. But anyway, yes, E3. Oh my god, E3 this year was fucking terrible. Okay, so, like Capcom didn't show anything new, except like a DLC for the newest Resident Evil game. That's basically it. And then they showed like 2 games they already announced, so that was pretty boring. Take Two. That was just abysmal. They didn't even show games. They purposely did not show any games. The Namco one, they literally showed off 1 game. The Microsoft one was like 90% indie games. It's just, my goodness. And then, nothing for Elder Scrolls 6, which I was really hoping for, unfortunately. Like the thing with E3, it feels like in recent years, it feels like, obviously not last year because COVID, blah, 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 but it feels like it's like comprised of like snack foods, basically. Like it's like, oh, like the little indie stuff. It's like, oh, it looks fine. They don't look like they're terrible, but they just look like just like small little treats, like a bag of chips. Like a bag of chips is nice, but sometimes you want to have a full meal. But the E3 doesn't usually provide that. These last few years, it feels like a lot of the E3 presentations, there's usually no huge announcement like, oh my god, this huge ass game people have been waiting for 5 years is coming, or whatever, or people, like a game that was never announced at any point before is a huge surprise or something. It feels like the last couple of years that hasn't happened as much. But of course, my memory, as I've mentioned, is very faulty, so maybe I'm just not remembering things. But I don't know. I can't remember. I think it just feels that way. Like obviously now with every company that does a presentation, and not every single presentation, but it feels like in general it's just like a lot of like, oh wow, like it's like this indie game. Oh, because honestly, I don't have anything against indie games by themselves, but a lot of the times they really blend together. They just feel like the same 2 or 3 games like over and over. It just feels like it. Like, oh, some sort of puzzle game. Oh, some sort of deep game. Some deep emotions, whatever. I don't know. Like, a lot of them feel like, oh, I've seen this like 10 times before. Didn't this already get released? So, yeah, that was a shame. Yeah, but Nintendo, of course, came in, swooped in, saved the day as usual. I mean, granted, they didn't introduce too many new games. Like big ones, like the Metroid. I mean, I've been meaning to get into Metroid, but I just haven't. I guess I'm just kind of waiting. I want to do like on my channel, I guess, but like at the rate I'm making videos, it's gonna be like 5 years before I ever get to Metroid. I'll be in my early 30s. But the new Metroid game, apparently people are excited for that. I mean, I never played a Metroid game, but it looks kind of cool. So that's something. And then like Mario Golf. So like, oh, okay. Yeah, and then Smash Brothers. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that. It was like, God, what the fuck is even his name? I don't even remember what the guy's name is. I know he's from Tekken. He's Kaz something. Kazuya? Is that it? Kazuya. Yeah. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Yeah, I'm like before, like even like until it was mentioned like, oh, this is a Tekken character. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I mean, if we were gonna have a character that's just a punchy, kicky guy, you should have had Kiryu. Come on, Kiryu Kazuma. The name's somewhat similar too. I don't know. I guess I can't help you be disappointed because like all of my top picks for Smash Brothers roster is, none of them have gotten in except for Banjo. I mean, I did like Sephiroth. He was the only other one I really liked for the DLC packs, but I wasn't expecting him though, so I don't count that. Like, I'm glad Sephiroth got in. That was pretty cool. I just wasn't expecting it. Like, I never thought we were going to get another Final Fantasy character, except maybe Sora. Which I'm still disappointed there's no Sora. Yeah, I'm dreading that, like, the last announcement would just be like a Pokemon character. Because, of course, we got to have we got to have the Pokemon for, the new Pokemon representative from the new generation. Yeah, got to have that. We always get a new generation, Pokemon, whatever, I don't know. I think it would just be such a lame thing to end up on. It's like, oh yeah, the obligatory Pokemon rep, of course. What a way to end it, I kind of wish they would do a third pass, but probably not. I mean, Sakurai says he doesn't want to, but it's like, if Nintendo says that they want one, it's not like you can just say no. Yeah, like, what's he gonna do? Say, no, you can't do that, Nintendo? Like, to the higher-ups? You can't do that. If they say they want more Smash characters, I doubt he has much of a choice. I mean, he could quit, but then they would just find someone else to do it instead. I mean, yeah, that's like the same thing. Like when like there's another Smash. I mean, there's gonna be another Smash game. There's going to be, of course. Ultimate is not the last Smash game. It makes the series makes too much money. Of course, the question is, will Sakurai be a part of it or not? Because even if he decides, no, I'm not gonna be a part of this, Nintendo's be like, oh, okay, well, we'll just hire somebody else. So one way or another, there's gonna be another Smash game. That's inevitable. You know. But again, like whether it'll have Sakurai or not, that's the question. Yeah, I'm not too good with like taking my time and doing things carefully. Yeah, especially because I'm stripped of all my usual weapons and armor. But yeah, so I don't do too good. Yeah, that's also part of the reason why I'm doing the other two off screen. One, again, because of length, because this video is almost an hour, and this is the beginner one. But also because like it's probably gonna take me several tries to get through the next two. And I don't want to be like, oh, I'm recording, like as I'm going through this one. Oh, I died in the middle of it. Now I got to start over, scrap the recording. I don't want to do that. So that's like the second reason. And again, there's just not much to talk about. I was lucky that E3, was just there and to give me something to talk about. But of course, then there's the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, which was pretty cool. I mean, I was hoping for a little bit more, but you know what? I'm just glad we got something for Breath of the Wild 2, except for just like, oh, we're working on it. Please understand. I hate that. I hate that phrase so much. Oh, please understand. It's fuck off. Like I know I know like it means more in I know it means more in Japanese. It's like it like flows better in the original language, but I just can't help it. In English, it's just like it's like such a cop out phrase. Just please understand. It's like fuck off. No, I don't understand. I understand. That doesn't make me not upset, but no. I'm not really that hostile about it though. I swear. Yeah, sometimes the bokoblins eat the food that I blow up from these crates because I'm a fucking idiot. So that's a thing. Yeah. Be careful. Bokoblins and moblins and I assume Lizifos too. They'll eat your food. Yeah. If there's food left behind, they will eat it. So gotta be careful about that. Yeah, I could have sworn fall damage did a little bit more. I don't know. Because it seems like no matter how, it seems like the fall damage does a lot less than I would expect it to. Like, I know they're blue bokoblins, but still. Feels like no matter how far they fall, it barely does any damage. Yeah, again, I just thought the fall damage was a bit more for the enemies, but apparently not. And let's see. Oh, yeah, so the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah. I mean, we still don't really know too much about what it's about. I mean, obviously Ganondorf's awakening, and there's Sky Islands, and and Zelda's the damsel in distress again. I did like all the salty comments about that. Like, oh no, Nintendo promised us we play as Zelda. No, they didn't. That's the thing. The people kept convincing themselves so much that, oh, she has short hair. That means she must be playable. But, maybe they just wanted to give her a redesign. I mean, who knows? Maybe she will be playable in like a puzzle section or something, kind of like in Spirit Tracks. But she's not the playable character, which a lot of people are like, oh, a lot of people are whining about on Twitter, which is just deeply amusing to me. Like, no, it was her turn. She was supposed to be the playable character. It's like, no, there was nothing that signified that. Just short hair. I miss long. Yeah, Zelda. Yeah, she does not rock the short hair look well. Then again. That most girls don't, I don't think. I just don't like short hair. I just don't like it. I don't like long hair on guys. I don't like short hair on women. But then again, I'm not into guys, but still. Yeah, here I was too afraid I was gonna get knocked the fuck off by this guy, so I decided to just. And then I noticed the explosive barrels, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna step away and try and use those. Yeah, but I forgot you actually have to use fire arrows on explosive barrel. I could have sworn you could just shoot a regular arrow at them and they blow up, but apparently not, because I swear I hit one at least twice, and it doesn't blow up. And I'm thinking like, yeah, no way he's not gonna notice me getting up, so I decided to just alter my strategy. Yeah, fucker. Yeah, but I like long hair Zelda more, but whatever. Yeah, she just falls straight into that hole. Fuck you, bitch. You're out. Yeah, so, and then there are also people that are like looking through the trailer, like, oh man, you don't see like Link's face like in the sky sections. That must be Zelda. It's like, okay, first of all, the clothing that Link is wearing very clearly has like an open section in the front, so she would have a titty hanging out, and I don't think that's gonna happen in a Nintendo game. And second of all, you can literally just see his... Yeah, I don't know why it blew up that time. I'm pretty sure I just hit the goblin, right? So why did they blow up? Whatever. Anyway, and then you can also just see Link's piercings. So, yeah. People are just trying to building themselves up for disappointment. Yeah, those kind of fans I really like find very annoying. Ones that like build up their own hype and like pass along their own theories as facts, and then when their own theories don't come true, they're like, "No, Nintendo lied to us." It's like, what the hell? They didn't lie. What are you talking about? I literally have seen people say like, "Oh, they were lying. They lied about Zelda being the main playable characters." Like, they never said that. They just gave her shorter hair, man. What the hell? Take your meds. Guess so. Come on. Yeah, this is where things start to get really fucking obnoxious, and ugh. But yes, I am excited for Breath of the Wild 2. Apparently, it may be coming out next year. Yeah. So yeah, I gotta hurry up. I mean, I'm only 1/3 of the way through the shrine. So, I still got a ton of side quests to do and a bunch of shrine quests. Well, I mean, that does tie into doing the shrines, but still, and then the Divine Beasts. I got a ton of shit to do. And then the DLC stuff. Like, I got a ton on my plate. But of course, they did say that they were hoping for 2022. So who knows? It could get delayed. I mean, I don't want it to get delayed, but I would love to do a playthrough of it like as it comes out, but of course, I mean, I'm not gonna play it until I do a playthrough of it. So I hope it will come out at a time where the stars align in my favor. Of course, that's being selfish. But of course, I'm a selfish person, so I don't care. Yeah, the fucking branch is so damn slippery. I'm surprised the moblins didn't attack me, or like they didn't like notice me. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now he notices me after I kill all his friends. Except for that one goblin that's still alive. Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't hit me. I guess even though like the model went through, I guess the hitbox didn't because of the tree, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like it hit me. When it went through the tree, I mean. Yeah, this guy's going around with a fiery-ass weapon. Dumbass. Yeah, that one moblin just gave... Oh, did he give up on me? Oh, yeah, I guess he didn't notice me, because I think he just noticed me again. Or, he lost track of me. But yeah. Like the sky... I mean, like, there's one section where, like, Link was, like, shooting out the fire from his robot arm, which is also really cool. I like that he has, like, a robot arm now. It seems to be acting as like the Sheikah Slate, but it's like just his arm. That's really fucking cool. I love that. Punished Link. I like it. I'm looking forward to it. But I was hoping for a little bit more on like what the hell the story's about. I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious. Ganondorf is back. Like, I guess what else do we really need to know at the moment? But I don't know. I was a little surprised to see that apparently we'll also be visiting like the map from this game will be utilized a lot. I expected it to be like underground, like it'll be like underground maps, but apparently it's gonna be like the regular map from this game, but also Sky Islands, which I was kind of surprised. I mean, it's not a deal breaker by any means. I don't mind as long as the game's good. I don't care if they reuse the map. I just wasn't expecting them to do that. Yeah, that really surprised me that they would actually do that. Yeah, that was me being a fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good so far. I mean, we didn't see too much, so there really isn't as much to talk about as I was hoping for. But oh well. Honestly, like one of the most hyped games one of the games I'm most hyped for was fucking Slime Rancher 2. That was like the game I'm like, oh hey, I want to get that. That was like the game I was like hyped for, like out of like the entire Microsoft day. I think that was Microsoft, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, I liked Slime Rancher. I liked the first game. It was pretty fun. But yeah, and I know there's Halo. I don't care about Halo. I really don't fucking care. Like, I know that like first time it was like innovative and stuff, but I remember watching playthroughs of it. I'm like, I don't really get what the appeal here is. I guess like the multiplayer was also really good. I don't know. Fucking Master Chief is really boring. I'm just gonna say it. He's fucking dull. He's about as interesting as a sack of rocks. Sorry, but it's true. He is not an interesting character at all. I mean, a character doesn't have to be deep to be likable, but people like really try to pass him off as being some deep character. But no, he's not. He's not deep. Like I like Link, and he's not deep. I would never call Link a deep character, but I still like him. I find him endearing, but that's all it is, really. I'm never gonna, you know, sing his praise as some sort of complex, well-written character, because he's barely a character to begin with in most of his games. But I still like him. I mean, the same thing with Mario. Mario is barely a character, but I still like him. Everyone likes Mario. Most people like Mario. Yeah, this one is better than I thought. I don't think I actually get... Well, I think he shakes me off and I get hurt from that. But aside from that, I don't think he actually hits me at all. I didn't think he would lose track of me just because I hid behind a tree. I mean, because he's like a mini-boss. I thought his perception was higher than that, but apparently not. Yeah, I could have just stuck on to him, but I was just nervous. And I knew, like, if I hit him in the head like that, you know, it would stun him. Yeah, for a second I thought it didn't work because it took him a second to fall. So I'm like, wait, did I do that properly? But I did. But of course, he's stunned for a lot shorter than I remember them being. Yeah, then there's sometimes where I hit him where he doesn't get stunned. But I guess maybe there's like a sort of cooldown sort of thing where it's like you can't just do it over and over. You see, like there, he doesn't get stunned. Yeah, there I get it. But I think that's the only time I get hit there in this fight. I know, I definitely know he never hits me with his like projectile attack. That he never hits me. Like sometimes I swear it seems like he should have hit me, but he just doesn't. Unlucky for me. Yeah, but I'm not gonna be progressing through the story until I complete the trials. So that's a thing. But of course, again, the other two I'll just be doing off screen. Yeah, this is a pretty good strategy for I could have utilized the explosive barrels probably, but. They seem like kind of like a... I mean, I don't know. Would they just like blow up his arms? Or I don't know. I mean, I guess I could have stunned him, thrown a barrel and blown it up, but I feel like he would have gotten up before I would be able to pull all that off. Especially with my lack of finesse. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, but at any rate, let's see what else is at E3. I mean, there's only I've only gone through like 20 minutes. I've run out. Yeah, that's the thing with E3. They ran out of stuff to talk about because there was so little to show. Yeah, that Capcom one was embarrassing, man. Jesus. Yeah, I know people say like, oh, COVID. You can't keep using COVID as an excuse forever. You know, like people like went back to work as early as last year. You know, like, you can't keep using that as an excuse for everything forever. You know, shit is winding down, you know. People are starting to, get their jabs and stuff, and, people are starting to go back to normal for the most part. So, hopefully, hopefully by the end of the year, people will be like, oh yeah, COVID's not a big deal anymore. We can stop being so paranoid about it, and then that'd be nice. But whatever, hopefully. Hey, Jesus Christ, I'm so ready for this shit to end. And, but I'm not gonna get into COVID, because that's just a barrel of worms. Or a can, actually no, a barrel of worms, not a can of worms. It's just so egregious. It's a barrel, not a can. How about that? I won. Hooray. Yeah, I guess there aren't any buried chests, or if there were, I managed to miss them. I think there were definitely one or two floors where I didn't bother checking for a chest. Those were probably the floors that had them, or the ones I didn't even bother to check, probably. Yep, and of course every trial has at least one rest area. I think it's like 1 for the first one, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, I think, but I'm not 100% positive on that. All I know is that the other two, I'm pretty sure they have multiple, I think. Not the first one, though. This is the only one this time. Yeah, thankfully, I signed the ferry, but I never actually have to use it, thankfully. I managed to get through without ever having to use it, so that's pretty nice. But, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was going to be able to do that, so I decided to get her anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to just assume it's a girl, because fairies. Because pink. And it took a while. Yeah, I didn't want to stand up and risk the fairy flying off before I could grab it, so just had to wait a minute. Nah, I just had. Yeah, there was actually one part coming up where the controller. I swear to God, the controller fucked up because it would like I couldn't like move around like I wanted to, and I would try to do like a side dodge, but I would do a backflip. I swear, like the controller was acting kind of weird. Yeah, I'll own up to all my other mistakes, like when that moblin hit me when I did a backflip. I'll own up to that mistake. That was me being a fucking idiot. But this one section coming up, I swear the controller was acting up. I mean, that just happens with, you know, drifting, and sometimes the buttons just don't work properly. That just happens sometimes. Maybe it'll be fixed on the Switch Pro if that's gonna be a thing. Are they gonna do that? I don't know. Or like, is that what it's called? I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get a Switch Pro. I don't know. I mean, it depends if there would be like exclusives for it, or like what those exclusives would be. Like if Breath of the Wild 2 was a Switch Pro exclusive, I'd be like, well, I guess I have to now. Yeah, I don't know how that got up in the air. I guess it was so light that the updraft from the flames lifted it up. I have no idea. Whatever. Yeah, I do look. I don't mix and match any of the ingredients, even though I probably could have made better ingredients. I just didn't like know like which ingredients would be better, like would actually work together. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna cook, cook bananas with bananas, and that's it. Because I didn't want to risk it. Like, oh, if I mix a banana and a mushroom, would that work? I didn't want to do that, and turns out no, they don't. You just get a shitty meal that heals like half a heart. So. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, you know, as I mentioned before, I don't even get to the point where I need the fairy. So, of course, this is still a very clumsy, klutzy, long playthrough of the first trials. But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to rush through and not, get everything I could, because I definitely would have died if that happened, if I had done that. So. Anyway, yeah, I just look around to see if there's any more fish, but there's not as far as I can tell. But man, they still got me some good stuff. The fairy especially is pretty good. At any rate, yeah. So, it's one slot left for Smash Brothers. I'm hoping it's Porky. That's like I don't know. It's like, I feel like all of my top entries for Smash Brothers are pretty reasonable. Like Porky Mensch, I think is reasonable, especially with the whole weird thing with the spirits. Because as far as I can tell, there are still no spirits that actually depict Porky Mensch. Excuse me, that actually like show him in any way. Yeah, there's the absolutely safe capsule, but it's the version that doesn't even have him in it. Not to mention that not to mention that still doesn't explain why all the other all the other things, Porky as he is in Earthbound, and when he's in the Spider Mech, how he's in Mother 3, the Porky boss I don't think even has spirits. He's just oddly absent for some reason. For no particular reason, he's just exceedingly absent from the spirit board. And I'm pretty sure there's been like an Earthbound release for Earthbound spirits or Mother spirits, and I think even then he didn't get any. So yeah, this during this fight where against these two Lizafos, where my control, I swear, just keeps fucking up a little bit. Or with my erratic play style, it might be hard to determine when that happens, even for me. yeah. So that's the main reason why I think Porky Mensch maybe. Of course, it wouldn't be the Mother 3 Porky. I think it would probably be the at least I think it would work better if it would be his spider suit, the spider mech at the end of Earthbound. I mean, obviously you would just have to make up movesets for it, but I mean, the same thing happened with the Koopa Kids, or Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings. Yeah, I think it's around here where my controller's messing up, and I don't think I meant to back up that far. Yeah, that's why I'm running away. I'm like, okay, my controller's acting up kind of weird. It wouldn't move. It wouldn't let me move the way I wanted. That's why I'm not even bothering to attack either. Because I can't even move the controls how I wanted to. It was very weird. I don't know. It felt like there was definitely some drifting going on. But at any rate, I still managed to win. So whatever. Against two Lizafos, but shush, whatever. Yeah, I should have picked that up. Damn it. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's that spear thing that makes me think like, oh, maybe Porky Minch, maybe he'll be like in a spider mech suit. Yeah, this is me just kind of like fiddling with the controller trying to make it work. And apparently it helped because it seems to work fine after this. Yeah, so at this point, anytime I fuck up, that's just me being a bad player. Nothing to do with the controller. It's just me fucking up. I'll admit to that, because there are definitely a couple fuck ups coming up ahead. Yeah, fucker threw a spear at me. I did not see that coming. Ah, stupid lizard. That motherfucking lizard. Death to Argonians. Anyways, yes, Argonians. Not Elizabethos. But yeah, the spear thing that's just kind of odd. Like, why when like Porky's like one of the most important characters in the franchise. Okay, not so much in the first game, but in the second game he kicks off a lot of events, and he's the main villain of the third game. He's one of the most important characters, aside from like the main playable characters. So it's kind of weird how absent he is from the spear board, and you don't fight him or anything. He doesn't have a boss battle. But again, I think he would probably work better if he was in his mech suit. I think that's like, because it makes sense to have to be a little bit smaller. It feels less klutzy. Like the giant bed mech spider thing from Mother 3. It seems like that would be a little bit too clumsy and big and just kind of like I don't know why I thought that would make it light on fire. I guess I'm a fucking idiot. And I couldn't even find the torch because I'm also a bigger idiot. Yeah, it took me a second. But yeah, I think the bed mech, whatever you want to call it, I think it's just too big, too clumsy. It doesn't seem like it's malleable enough, or like grabbing onto a ledge. Like, how would that work? I don't know. Or like ducking. But I feel like the spider mech suit at the end of Earthbound, that would work better in terms of like maneuverability. I think that's just my thought on it. But yeah, I would love to have Porky Minch, but I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, but I think that's a pretty reasonable character like desire. Oh yeah. If you kick open a metal chest, or maybe even a wooden chest too, when Link is barefoot, he'll get hurt. I mean, you don't lose hearts obviously, but he just goes like, ah, damn it. I love that. But yes, and like Kiryu, I think is a pretty reasonable one too. But I mean, I've heard multiple things. I've heard like, because it's like Yakuza, they won't want like a Yakuza character in, because Yakuza, like I meant like because of like the real world Yakuza, not because like there's anything wrong with the Yakuza game series. Two, I've heard is that Sakurai just never approached. Like I heard that like the creator of the series was like, oh yeah, I swear I've read this somewhere. Where the creator of the series was like, oh yeah, well, we wouldn't mind Kiryu being in Smash, but Sakurai has just never approached, so can't really do anything about it. And then another one I've heard more recently is the idea that the creator of Yakuza doesn't want Kiryu in Smash because Kiryu does not hit women, basically. So, and if he was in Smash, he would have to fight against Princess Peach and Zelda and yada yada and Sheik and Samus and all that jazz. So you can't have him beating up women. So, which I'm like, it's like, seriously? Come on. I don't know, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, Mario would never beat the shit out of, of his brother. Yeah, here we go, Mario would never beat the shit out of Princess Peach, yet, he does it in Smash. I don't know. Seems a little silly. Seems a little obsessive. I mean, then again, that same thing kind of happens with Sanji in One Piece games. If you try to make him fight a female character, it won't work. So, I mean, it does that there too, but I mean, you can't not have Sanji in a One Piece game. He's Sanji. He's one of the original 5 Straw Hats. Yeah, let's forget getting a bit of trouble. This fucking wizard up here. There's probably some better way to handle this, but I don't know. I'm just stupid. Yeah, I thought like maybe if I did like headshots on him, he would drop his weapon, but no, he never drops it until he dies, which kind of perplexed me a bit. But oh well. And I don't really get much use out of the weapon anyway, but I take it just in case. I mean, I wouldn't know if it could be too useful. Yeah, this is a wooden chest, so yeah. But yeah. So like Porky, Kiryu, I think those are pretty reasonable, wants. Sora, I think is pretty reasonable. He's from a very popular game series. He has a very wide move set. A lot of variety. Variety. I don't know why I said it so weird. I mean, yeah, like he's technically an anime swordsman, but it's like for one thing, he mainly uses his Keyblade more as a club than a sword most of the time. For one thing. And also the thing with like Fire Emblem characters is that the sword is all they have for like it's like 5 out of the, or like for like 6 or 7 out of like the 9 we have. It's just, oh, what's this move? A sword. Oh, a sword. Oh, what's his up B? A sword. Oh, what's his down B? A sword. It's sword, 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 sword. That's all they have, except for like Robin and like one other. I don't even know the fucking names. I don't care. But like with Sora, yeah, he has his Keyblade, but he can also turn into a variety of weapons. As from Kingdom Hearts 3, he can turn into a giant hammer. He can turn into gauntlets. He can turn into killer yo-yos. He can turn it into like the dual wielding like laser guns. So there's so many things he can do. But he can also do a bunch of spells. He can do fire, blizzard, thunder, gravity, flare or something. Like maybe like no, not an ultimate, or his like final smash. No. What other elemental spells? Quake. I mean, I don't know. That was in fucking Chain of Memories. Yeah, I thought maybe if I kept hitting him, he would not attack, or like he would be interrupted, but no, not the case. Yeah, I could have sworn he would like drop his weapon if I kept headshotting him, or if I like broke the weapon on him, because that sometimes happens. But no, he's just really fucking durable for a wizard. Jesus. I do love how fucking creepy the wizards look in this game. They're like little gremlin creatures. I love it. I mean, disturbing, yes, but I still like the design. But let's see, like what else is Sora got? I mean, like every game, he basically gets like a brand new moveset. I mean, he does carry over some moves from the previous games, but like he also has like tons of new moves in every game. Strike raids and Ragnarok and aerial slashes and all sorts of different like beams and like fuck. I'm just not like wording it very well, but it like if you look up any video of just like looking up Sora's like all Sora's spells, you can see how varied his moveset could be. The problem would be less, oh, what moves do we use? And more, okay, how do we condense this one person with this gigantic move pool into one character, How do we do that? Because his moveset is just so fucking gigantic and varied. That would just be very difficult to get that down to one character. Yeah, and I know. Like, I know I said how like the punchy kicky guy, the Tekken guy, like that's kind of dull. And yeah, I thought this would make them drop his, or did it? And I just didn't pick it up well enough or something. I guess not. I guess I just fucked up. But at least with Kiryu, like you could like do different like battle style. I mean, he's a DLC character, so they could probably go the extra mile for him. But you could do like the different fighting styles, like the beast mode, like how that was a thing. Like the beast mode is normal mode, that kind of shit. I don't even remember what the other ones are called, to be perfectly honest. I kind of forgot their names, but you know what I mean. Like the Kiryu, like he has like the beast mode or like animal mode or style or whatever they call it. Yeah, like beast style, and what else did he have? I know he had other stuff. I just don't remember what they were called. Yeah, Rush, Legend. Just like like he could like maybe like switch between those or something to build more variety with his moveset. I mean, back when Zelda and Sheik and Samus and Zero Suit Samus were in one character slot, it was basically one character with 2 different movesets. But except the down B was just switching between them, so that was But still, aside from that, the entire move pools were all very different, especially with Sheik and Zelda. So if you can do that for that, why not for a DLC character where you're paying extra for it? So obviously there would be more effort put into it. I think that's reasonable. Because again, you have to pay extra money for it. So I think extra effort is perfectly reasonable to ask for. But yeah, so like Kiryu, Sora, Porky, I think those are all very reasonable. Okay, maybe Porky, I had to admit, like that. If it wasn't for a spirit thing, I wouldn't think that Porky has a chance at all. That's literally the only reason why I think Porky would have any chances, because there's this weird situation with his spirits. But Sora, again, the lead character of a very popular game franchise that's been running for like 20 years almost. And then Kiryu, the head of another very popular. I'm pretty sure Yakuza is pretty popular in Japan, isn't it? Like it's like over here in the West, I mean, it's like kind of a niche game. Not a lot of people know about it. But I think like over in Japan, it's like way more popular. It's like not niche at all. But that, as far as I know. Another one I wouldn't mind would be Eggman and like his like little pod thing, like like his little escape pod. Like whenever you destroy his robot, he's in. He like has that little escape pod so he can flee. Like he can be like in that, or maybe his like little walk suit from Sonic Adventure, and like have all sorts of gadgets and gizmos he could use. I mean that would be like at my bottom of my list, but still. And then like another one would be Doom Guy. I think would work. I mean, okay, we have Snake, Bayonetta, and Joker. I mean, so obviously it doesn't really matter if the game. And we also have like Tekken and Street Fighter. So obviously bloody, bloody violent games with cursing and sexual innuendos. Obviously it doesn't matter if the original games have like adult content in them. There's probably a better way for me to handle this, but I get getting too scared to do anything. I just focus more on dodge. I did take out one or two of them, but I was focused more on dodging because I was just so freaked out of dying. I was afraid like these arrows would kill me like in one shot. I don't know if they would, but I mean with how low my health is and I have no armor, maybe, and no defense boost. So it's very much possible that these fire arrows could have killed me in one shot. But shit, what was I going with? Oh yeah, Doom Guy. Like again, like we had Snake, Bayonetta, Joker, Tekken stuff. What was his face, and Ryu and Ken. So we've had characters from like more rated M games with cursing and violence and swears and blood. So why not Doom Guy? Yeah, granted, he probably wouldn't be able to bust out his, super shotgun or anything like that. And the BFG would probably have to be renamed. Or, obviously it just wouldn't be said with the name. Talked about solely as BFG. But, oh yeah, also I realized here that bokoblins can drown. Yeah, because I think they just can't get back up onto the platform. Or do they just drown instantly? Yeah, I think they just drown instantly, huh? Shit, I guess I should have made more of an effort to ragdoll the moblin. Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah, I probably should have made more of an effort to ragdoll him and knock him in the water, but oh well. Yeah, because this guy kicks my ass because I suck at video games. Yeah, he breaks like 3 shields, or maybe just 2, but he definitely breaks 2 of my shields. Yeah, I don't remember I don't know if he breaks this one or not. I don't remember. But yeah, so yeah, and I think like Doom Guy could still have a pretty capable moveset, even if you take away a lot of his guns, because especially in the Doom Eternal games, he has a lot more like melee type attacks he could do. You could probably still use the chainsaw. You could still use his BFG. You could still use his fists. Okay, maybe not the chainsaw. I don't know. Maybe. But either way. And you could probably use like grenades or like a grenade launcher. You could use like explosive weapons like with Snake. Like a rocket launcher. It's like there's stuff you can do. It's just, you'd have to get a little bit creative. But I think Sakurai could do it easily. And Doom Guy, obviously he's the lead character of one of the most popular and innovative FPS series of all time. Doom was a very, very important like bookmark in gaming history. Like it's a very popular, famous game. I don't know in Japan, but you know, it's you know, by no means obscure. I mean, obviously, I don't know why I'm bothering to explain how Doom is a popular game. Everyone fucking knows about it. So, you know, I feel like all my choices are fairly reasonable. Yeah, again, the only one I think is probably not too reasonable is the Porky one, but I'm only just suggesting that because of the whole spirit thing is very weird. But all the others I think are very reasonable picks. I don't think there's anyone among them that's like, that has no chance of getting in. You know? But that's just me. I mean, considering some of the picks we got for these DLC packs, a fucking ARMS character, seriously? Or, you know, another Fire Emblem character. I mean, I guess that's first party, but still. You know, and then, you know, Terry. Well, Terry got in because Sakurai just likes that game, basically. You know. So, yeah, so, you know, it's not like every, you know, in Xenoblade, I mean, let's be honest. The only reason why people talk about Xenoblade is because of the fan service. If it wasn't full of big titty anime girls, it would be a relatively niche game series. Let's be perfectly honest here. It's the fan service that puts those games on the maps. Let's not pretend otherwise. You know. I mean, it would still probably have a fan base, but it'd probably be like half the size if it wasn't for the huge titties. You know, so. Yeah. I don't know. I would just like it if just one of my top picks may actually get into Smash this time around. That's all. And excuse me. Just had some cut in my throat. Anyway, I would just like it if I had just like one major pick, because so far for the DLCs, it's basically just been Banjo. I mean, again, I did really love Sephiroth's inclusion, but I didn't actually think he was gonna get in. You know, I didn't expect to get another Final Fantasy character. Like, I kind of crossed my fingers, like, oh man, I hope it's Sora, but like, I didn't really think it would happen. You know, or actually, you know, probably Sora more than Sephiroth. I feel like they would be less stingy, but you know, again, with Sephiroth, it's I'm at the last floor. Cool. With Sephiroth, it's like, yeah, I'm glad he got in. I just didn't want him, or like, I just didn't expect him. I expected another Final Fantasy character so little that I didn't even bother to like hope for him, basically. But I'm glad he got in. But, you know, Banjo is the only character that I really wanted that actually managed to get in with the DLC. I would just like it if I had to have just one other pick to get in. Because, again, I don't think any of, aside from Porky, I don't think any of the other picks are too unreasonable. I think they're all pretty relatively safe. You know, like I don't think anyone would be hugely surprised if Doom Guy got in, or if, you know, or if Kiryu got in. I don't think anyone would be that hugely surprised. Well, actually, no. Yakuza is a bit niche over here, so that might surprise a bunch of people, actually. There'll probably be a bunch of people going, who the hell is this guy? So, okay, but I feel like it'll probably definitely be a lot more popular in Japan than it is over here, clearly. I mean, there's like 50 fucking Yakuza games, you know. It's clearly very, very well known and doing a very good job over there, so that wouldn't be too surprising, I don't think. But yeah, that's just my, I would say 2 cents, but I rambled quite a lot. So that's my 50 cents on, yeah, for some reason I couldn't tell if those were wooden or metal for some reason, because I'm stupid, and blind as a bat. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the last floor, so I bust out like all my best equipment here, because last floor. Just gotta beat up this guy, and that's it. I do love the Hinox theme. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I thought maybe I could electrocute him if I hit his metal ankle things. I think I actually managed to hit them once and not much happens. So I don't know if I just missed or if it really just nothing happens. But yeah, I'm kind of dreading the last slot will be like a fucking Pokemon character or something. I'm just surprised we haven't gotten a Pokemon DLC character yet. You know, with the new generation coming out on the Switch. Yeah, that came out on the Switch. I'm pretty surprised. Yeah, did they like disappear before they hit, or did I miss? I don't know. I decided to just, you know, fuck it and just, you know, keep going. Yeah, but enough talk about Smash. I'm surprised they actually were generous enough to give you extra weapons here. Yeah, 'cause, you know, like around his neck. But I mean, I guess it is a boss battle. So it would be kind of dickish if you only had like a couple of wooden weapons left. Like, what the hell are you gonna do at that point? Was he? I think there were fruits up in that tree. I know some of the trees have fruits. I just didn't bother to get them. But were there ones in that tree he was just approaching? Was he about to go pick some fruits to eat? Because I don't think I've ever seen a Hinox do that, or was I just seeing things? I don't know. Either way, he's dead, so doesn't matter. Hooray! Sweet, that's the last trial. Huzzah, hooray. Yeah, and then there's just like a little bit like, oh, you cleared the trials, you got stronger. Like, I assume they basically say the same thing each time, so. Again, no way in hell am I going to do videos for the other 2 trials. Just not enough interesting stuff to talk about. And, And again, this one took almost an hour. This one, I'm at the 50-minute mark. And this was the beginner trial. So I'm not going to do like 3 or 4 videos for the other 2 trials. Not a chance. So. And I mean, hey, if it takes me too many tries to get through the other trials, I'm probably just going to use that glitch. Because I'm pretty sure even in the latest patch, there's still a glitch or 2 that can make you skip the trials. So, yeah, if push comes to shove, I'm just going to glitch my way through it. I have no fucking shame. This is something I mentioned before. I won't utilize like a hacking system or like a Game Shark or something for like the older games I have. Because I think I still have my Nintendo 64 Game Shark laying around somewhere. Or like Action Replay. I won't utilize that or hacking, but glitches or exploits? Fuck yeah. I'll do that in a heartbeat. Shit. I have no shame. So. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So now the Master Sword now has 40 power when it's like in its dormant state, or like when it's in its less powered up state, like when you're not fighting guardians and malice and stuff. So that's nice. And then the deck of tree just has stuff to say, and that's basically it. Yeah, Master Sword. I love how bulky the armor is, especially because Link is he's not exactly a muscle bound guy. I mean, more muscular than I am, but that's hardly a high praise. It's not very good. That's not a very big hurdle to leap. But at any rate, that's it for this video. Next time I'll have the other 2 trials done, and I'll finally get to move on with the main story and help the Zoras out with their divine beasts, because I've been pushing that off for like 10 videos at least. Oh yeah, and I also did just kind of want to show off that this guy will let you sleep for free. It's just so adorable. He's just like, oh yeah, I prepared this bed for you years ago. I'm just glad. I just want you to get a good rest. Like, it's so heartwarming. It's so adorable. Why can't the fucking shopkeeper give me free stuff? Cheapskate. Jesus. Yeah, see here. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Pep. Like, like I'm napping to get like a pep in my step. Is that it? Or like I wake up peppy in the morning because I got sleep. Is that what we're doing? But okay, but seriously though, this time, yeah, so next time, finally get started, or not started, but progressing with the main story again. Yeah, I'm still not sure if I'm gonna I might like do a Divine Beast, like do like 10 shrines or something, do another Divine Beast, 10 shrines. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like bulldoze through all the rest of the Divine Beasts. I don't know, especially because I still gotta like level up my stamina and stuff, So we'll see. Either way, that's it for now. See you next time where I'll have the fully upgraded Master Sword. Bye-bye.